No, he was fine. He was fine.
Did you consider using him at any point?
Yeah, I considered a lot of things during the course of the game, but our guys did a good job getting us to that point. We just couldn't finish it off. But, yeah, he was available.
Another one, Tyler?
Well, I guess is it the philosophical thing of not wanting to use your closer in a tie game on the road?
No, it's the same thing in the 8th inning, 9th inning. I like the job that Darren could do. I like the job that Brad could do. I like the job that Michael could do. I like the job that Dunston could do. And looked like it was going to be one of those. It was going to be more than one inning. So nobody's been pitching better for us than Ubaldo too. So there's a lot of different ways to look at it. That's the way we went. Didn't work out.
Eduardo?
Has nothing to do with philosophical.
Well, you've talked a lot about this whole format and the wild card game. I mean, how tough is it to lose so suddenly like that?
Well, it's the risk you take anytime you put yourself in. It's a good position to be in the playoffs, but you know that because you haven't won your division that there's this potential for this. So that's tough. But you know the description going in. You know what you're going to have to do and not do. There's so many different things that go on. You could use a Zach Britton in the 7th or 8th inning and not have anybody to pitch the last inning. So there's a lot of risk taken every inning, every pitch. So you take that on when you get in this format.
Jeff?
Buck, with the season on the line, do you regret not having your best relief pitcher in the game at all and leaving him on the bench?
You could do afterwards, yeah. But, we went for about 4 innings there trying to get to that spot. And it looked like, if he pitches a couple of innings, if he can, physically, and you're assuming, which is, a pretty good assumption with the way he's pitched this year. But, no, and playing on the road has a little something to do with it, too. But we have some good options that have done a great job for us all year, and Zach's one of those.
Even with runners on first and third there and Zach's ground ball rate and you guys needing a double play, was there anything that crossed your mind about bringing him in there instead of Ubaldo?
Sure, it crosses your mind from about the 6th inning on. So, there's a bunch of decisions to make there during the course of the game, and we put our pitchers pitched real well the whole game to hold that club to 2 runs at that point, and you can make a case, probably other than Zach, Ubaldo pitching better than anybody we've had for the last 6 or 7 starts. So, those are a lot of tough decisions, but we're maybe a little different if you're playing at home. But there's a lot of different ways to look at it. If we didn't have so many good options down there and wanted to have a strong Zach and have him there in case the game goes extra innings, but there's so much more to that game. But I know the world that you have to live in, so I respect that.
Over here on the right.
Buck, how disappointed were you to see the projectile thrown at Kim, and what came of your conversation with the umpires over that?
I don't know about disappointing. I mean, people have a different way of handling their emotions and don't like it. Nobody likes it, and I'm sure the Toronto Blue Jays don't like it. But, it's tough when you have that many people in the ballpark and one person does something that reflects poorly on all of them. It can happen in any ballpark. I don't like anything about it. Put our guys in harm's way, just like Gibby wouldn't at our place. And it's just unfortunate that for a lot of different reasons, people lose some good decision making when they get over emotional. Thank goodness the ball players don't do that as often. Well, it seemed like it'd be pretty easy to identify who it was. It came out of the first deck there, and there's a lot of, I just wanted to feel comfortable they were going to identify that person and get them out of there. But we're fortunate and lucky because that Kim didn't get hit. But it's unfortunate that things like this happen in a game that, I don't want to get into reflecting on mentality and all that stuff. Unfortunately, if you think about all the emotional games and stuff that are played around our country, and it only happens very seldom. So, I just feel fortunate that nobody got hurt, and I'm sure Toronto identified that. And if anything else, they'll make it a little better on future home games. Maybe they can do I know they're trying to do a good job with it. Sometimes unless you want to have 50,000 policemen here and everybody assign one person, it's got a chance to happen.
2 more questions over there.
In the 11th, with the runner on first and third and Edwin up, when you went to the mound, was there discussion about putting Edwin on to get the force at home?
We talked. No, we didn't discuss it there. I don't want them to. We talked about depths and what we're going to do with the baseball and what have you. And I really didn't want to box Ubaldo into having to throw a strike. If we'd gotten behind the count, we might have rolled the dice there. But it was more about depth of infield, what we're going to do with the ball, with a couple options, which way it might take us.
Last one, Tyler.
I'm sorry to harp on this, but
Pardon?
I'm sorry to harp on this.
Are you
but
really?
I just don't understand it.
Well, we can talk about it privately. I'll let you in on everything I'm thinking. Really, I'll help you. It's okay. I understand you got to ask that question. What else?